Hi, you're watching TV9 Digital. I'm Neha. In some dreadful news, the number of coronavirus cases are seeing a surge yet again. The cases are on the rise in many states across the country. The World Health Organization said that the new coronavirus infections worldwide increased last week for the first time in 7 weeks. WHO Chief Tedros Adhanom termed the new surge as disappointing but not surprising. He said, and I quote, some of it appears to be due to relaxing of public health measures, continued circulation of variants, and people letting their guard down. Tedros, while strictly advising people against showing laxity, said if countries rely solely on vaccines, they are making a mistake. Basic public health measures remain the foundation of the response. On the other side, the technical lead for COVID 19 at the United Nations Health Agency, Maria Van Kerkhove, said that virus will rebound if we let it, and we cannot let it. Talking about India, 6 states including Maharashtra, Kerala, Punjab, Tamil Nadu, and Karnataka, as well as Gujarat, are witnessing a new surge in the coronavirus cases. Kerala and Maharashtra continue to be the worst hit among these states. To understand the reason for it, I spoke to Dr. Sitesh Roy. Many thanks, Dr. Sitesh, for talking to TV9. First and foremost, I want to ask you, is India witnessing a second wave?
Yes, Neha, we are witnessing a second wave. It is the very early stages of a second wave, but we are definitely seeing a rise in cases in more than one states and in more than one portions of states. Like within the state of Maharashtra, there are at least 4 districts, maybe even 6, where there are definite increase in cases, increase in hospitalization. So yes, we are seeing a resurgence. Whether you call it a second wave is really semantics, but there is definitely a resurgence of cases.
All right. We were expecting the cases to come down and the virus to eventually die post the vaccine rollout. But that hasn't really happened. So, my question is that what makes killing the virus so difficult?
So, Neha, this is a phenomenon that we have known from past pandemics also, that viruses go through cyclical phases with change of weather, with change of human behavior. These viruses get reactivated. And for a vaccine really to start working, we know that it takes on an average about 6 weeks from the first dose, because you get the first dose, 4 weeks later, you get the second dose, and a week to two after that is when you're truly protected. And remember, we've only had 1.5 crore people in India get the vaccination so far. We really need about 80 crore to get it before we would even be close to having herd immunity. So recognizing that, still the entire scenario where people start moving around, they start traveling, they start going shopping, they're in marketplaces, they are not wearing their masks like they should, they are no longer hand washing and hand sanitizing. People with the drop in cases started assuming that the virus has gone away and everything is fine. And now, because the vaccine is here, the vaccine will kill the virus. The vaccine does not kill the virus. That's a very important message. The vaccine boosts your immunity so that when the virus eventually attacks or potentially comes into the body, your body is able to fight it off and keep you asymptomatic or mildly symptomatic and not end you up in the hospital or in the emergency room or ending up, God forbid, being dead. So I think that this misconception amongst people that because the vaccine is here, the virus is gone, is something that really needs to be wiped out. The virus is very much here. There is still at least 75 to 80% of the Indian population that has never seen the virus before, and they are still all very much susceptible to it.
All right. Let's talk about Kerala, Dr. Sitesh. Kerala was a state initially being hailed for its handling of the coronavirus pandemic and is now witnessing a surge. Any particular reason?
Again, I believe, Neha, the reason uniformly across the globe, whether you look at resurgence happening in Spain or in Italy or in US or in Kerala, the reason is the same. When people start letting down their guard, when they start believing that there is no longer a threat, when they don't do simple things like keeping their masks on when they are around people, when they don't take care of whom they handshake with or the surfaces that they touch, and whether they are cleaning their hands after doing that, when they don't take care of such very simple things, is when the virus, which is just looking for potential new susceptible hosts from it's circulating, it's there, it's even adapting. Remember, the virus is going through mutations that is making itself more efficient and better to infect more and more people. That's the gift that has been given by nature to that virus. Whereas what are humans doing? Instead of improving their immunity and taking all the precautions, they let down their guards and living like the virus doesn't exist. So you can naturally expect, and I think the same thing happened in Kerala. Somewhere people let down their guards. We are not yet saying that there are new mutations or variants as much in India, but I do believe that the genetic testing needs to be done more aggressively to find out if the mutants and variants are spreading in India. But at the same time, I just believe it's a matter of timing and a matter of letting down our guards that this we are seeing the second wave.
All right. So, Dr. Sitesh, WHO says a gap of 12 weeks is important for the vaccine to have an impact. While talking about, the government in India, here particularly is asking the people to come back, after only 4 weeks for the second vaccination shot. So, my question is why this difference in India?
So, Neha, I don't believe that, and I'm going to take a stand and say this out in public. I don't believe WHO is right to say that you should wait 12 weeks to get the vaccination. Historically, whenever we give vaccinations, and including in the studies that have been done with this vaccine, it has been clearly shown that you prime the immune system in the first 3 to 4 weeks. And if you boost it in the following 2 weeks or 3 weeks, so between 4 and 6 weeks or 7 weeks, you actually get the maximum booster response. Now, I believe that one of the reasons, and I'm just putting a theory out there, is because vaccination drives are taking very long, and primary vaccination is so critical to get maximum people done that it's possible that for the second dose there may be lags or delays in many parts of the world. So I believe that the WHO is making people, you can say, pacifying them by saying that yes, up to 12 weeks if you get it, it'll be okay. And I don't think that 12 weeks is wrong, because we know at 3 months the primary immunization antibody titers start declining. So getting it by 3 months is critical. Otherwise, you are no longer protected. The first dose anyways gives you about 55-60% protection. If you don't get the second dose in time, you lose that protection. And then though you will get a booster response because your immune system's seen it again, but has seen it before, but it won't be protective in the interim. So I think really 4 to 6 weeks is the rule that is being followed by most countries around the world. And where it does get extended into the second or the third month, which is 8 or 12 weeks, I don't think people should panic or lose their cool. They should be patient. They will still get it and see a response. But ideal is 4 to 6 weeks still, Neha.
There you heard the doctor showing laxity is certainly not going to do any good to you or to anyone else. Stay safe, take all the COVID-19 precautions and keep those masks on. Many thanks for watching. If at all you like the information that I've shared with you all, do not forget to subscribe to TV9 Digital across all social media platforms. Stay safe.